Warning: some viewers may find the following content to be disturbing. Viewers' discretion is advised. The people around me said I would never amount to anything in life. Boy, how wrong they were. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You may be wondering what has gotten me to look back on those wretched memories. Well, it's because today, that all changes. I finally did it. I became a gamer and an entertainer. I'm well known over the internet for playing all the games that are hot at the time, and doing good at those games too. I never really had a perfect life growing up. It was rather difficult. My dad was an alcoholic, a pretty bad one at that. He would always come home in a terrible mood and would hit my mother. She, herself, became addicted to drugs as a way to escape the confines of reality. Me, on the other hand, I found solitude in gaming. However, that didn't make the abuse and neglect fade. He would frequently hit me for the simplest of mess-ups, accidental or not. This caused me to develop anxiety and sadness. I never knew if the next day would be my last, or if the embrace of death would finally close in around me. Luckily, however, it came crashing down. He died in a car crash when I was 13. Karma is truly an unstoppable force, and everybody has to answer to it. This left my decaying family life in a much brighter state, as my mum no longer feared her own life from a sick and twisted man. She sought out therapy for her slowly dwindling sanity, and it worked. She became much better, and our lives slowly crept out of this grave my dad dug it into. A year after my mum became clean, I started a YouTube channel where I would showcase my gameplay. It wasn't easy, as the subscriber count and views remained low. But even with the low numbers, I never gave in to quitting, and I persevered. Turns out, that would be the best choice I'd ever made. Eventually, the numbers began to rise drastically, and I was finally making something out of myself after so long of being convinced I would end up nowhere. My mother was supportive all the way, and that I am forever grateful for. I went to my first ever gaming tournament 5 years ago. Needless to say, I rocked everybody's world that night. I had so many people around me supporting and cheering me on. I even eventually met the woman who I would end up marrying at that same tournament. All of that build-up and determination led to today, my final tournament before I would retire from professional gaming and finally live the peaceful life I longed for after a decade of abuse and suffering. The tournament was nothing short of exciting and thrilling. All of my work and dedication led up to right now. I either come out a champion and remembered as a true giant in gaming, or I come out as second place. I played awesomely in that tournament and won. However, during it, I kept hearing a voice in my ear. It wasn't a loud voice. In fact, it was no louder than a whisper. It was a woman's voice. She kept repeating the same sentence over and over with desperation and sadness in her voice. "Harry, please come back." It sent chills up my body. Was I the only one hearing this woman? It seemed so, considering that the other players didn't react or show any signs of surprise. Regardless, I wasn't letting that voice distract me from my dream, and I pushed forward, ignoring her cries of sorrow and suffering. I won that tournament. Happiness and accomplishment flowed through me as I left to go home. I did it. I finally proved them wrong. I became something. Boy, will my mum be proud of this when I tell her. I'm sorry. There's nothing more we can do. His brainwaves and activity have been deteriorating. Even if he does wake up, he will have severe brain damage. It took all we had to get him out of that car wreck and get him to this hospital. I'm afraid we'll have to pull the plug. I'll give you some time to say goodbye. The doctor then departed the room, leaving the mother of Harry Stevens to say her final goodbyes to her dying son. It's okay, sweetie. I'll be fine. You can rest now. Just know this. I was always proud of you, even if you didn't accomplish much. Sweet dreams, Harry, she said while leaving. As the heart rate monitor flatlined, she knew her son was finally at peace after so long of pain and abuse.